Fake injuries backfire and another quarterback gone. It was business as usual for the Hawkeyes as they broke Penn State's heart. And now they're ranked number 2. Now it's time for the Hawks to move on to the next and face the Boilermakers this weekend. Welcome to On to the Next. I'm your lovely host, Destinee Cook. What's next for the Hawks is the Boilermakers, but first let's talk about the remarkable win Iowa had over Penn State on Saturday. It was the most anticipated match this season, and it sure did not disappoint as Iowa clawed its way back from a 17-3 deficit and stole the game 23-20 after Spencer Peaches threw a beautiful ball across the field to a wide-open Nico Reganey who rushed to the end zone for a game-winning touchdown. You can call it luck if you want, but all it was Iowa's defense, special teams, and of course, the fans. Let's start with the defense. They forced Penn State to 4 interceptions, took out Sean Clifford before the second half, broke down the efforts of Daquan Robertson, and held the Lions at a season low of 287 yards. And then it was special teams who made Iowa's defense look better than they already are, as punter Tory Taylor pinned Penn State inside their 20-yard line 5 times and 3 times within their 5. Which is insane. You know what was also insane? The fans. You can even hear yourself after the fans rattled Penn State's offensive unit and caused 8 false starts. So it was well deserved for the fans to storm the field because they changed the narrative of the entire game, and now the Hawks are ranked number 2, the highest they have ever been ranked since 1985. And I know rankings don't mean much right now, but it's unbelievable to see number 2 sitting next to Iowa's name.
I mean, sometimes it still doesn't feel real. It's surreal. Thinking back to this time last year, I was in high school playing on Friday nights, and now I'm competing on, the number 2 team in the nation, and, I'm blessed.
Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of the little guilty pleasure, enjoy it a little bit, joke about it a little bit, have some fun with it. But the key is not understanding that we haven't done necessarily anything yet except to get to 6-0. So we got at least 6 more left. So.
At the end of the day, it was complimentary football that sealed Iowa a sweet victory to stay undefeated. And now they look to push their undefeated streak to 7 this Saturday against Purdue. Now, as much as number 2 sounds nice next to Iowa's name, it creates a huge target on their back for opponents to give it their all to take down a top-ranked team. And you can expect that this weekend from Purdue. Although Purdue is 3-2 and will have their hands full against Iowa, they're coming off a bye week, and under Purdue's head coach, Jeff Brom, they hold a 3-1 record against the Hawkeyes, which puts the Hawkeyes on high alert to hold off an upset win for Purdue.
Purdue's kicked our butt last year, and they've kicked our butt like 3 out of the last 5. So if we don't come ready to play, no matter what our record is, we're going to get humbled real quick.
But world don't care. We're moving on. We have to, and if we don't, then we're going to pay the price. Because we're playing a good football team this Saturday, and all focus is onward. But yeah, it's probably a little more challenging this week just because of the way the game was. But I think we're doing a good job moving on.
This shouldn't be a tough match for the Hawkeyes if they stick to the same script they've been going off this season, which relies heavily on the defense. But that doesn't mean Iowa should overlook Purdue. The Boilermakers receiver, David Bell, has been standing out this season with 439 yards and 27 receptions. He's been Jack Plummer's favorite target, but they have yet to face a secondary like Iowa's. The only downside for Iowa's defense is that cornerback Riley Moss, who is tied first in the country for leading in interceptions, is out after his knee injury against Penn State. But the Hawks have full confidence in Terry Roberts to fill Moss's shoes.
He brings a sort of athleticism and speed and experience that is really going to be tough that we're missing him. But Terry's done a great job in practice all year with the 2s, and obviously he stepped in Penn State and did a great job. And so we're just as confident in him. But obviously Riley's a big loss. We all know it all too well that these guys, they've, like you said, the last 3 out of the 4 years they've had our number. They've got a good receiver who's he's had some big games against us. So there's no added importance necessarily. It's just like every single game. We're just making sure that we're doing what we need to do.
If the defense can stick to the way they've been playing so far this season, then it can open up a lot of opportunities for Iowa's offense. Offensively, the Hawks keep showing improvement as the season develops with their passing game, but they still have to rely on Tyler Goodson's run game to open up more opportunities. Personally, I don't think Goodson's stats match up with how important he is on the field. but he rushed for 88 yards against a top-ranked defense this past Saturday and had a key role in the Hawks' comeback win.
You know, still have a pretty bad taste in my mouth from that game last year. So, you know, really looking forward to getting out there and getting to compete against him again. Because, yeah, it's never fun losing, especially, never fun losing. So, just want to play really well this Saturday.
Iowa is on upset watch this weekend, but with how they've been playing so far this season, shouldn't be a problem for the Hawks to come out of Pinnock with a 7-0 record before they move on to the next. Thanks for watching. I'm Destinee Cook. See you next week. Have a great night. And as always, go Hawks.